Phoenix, Arizona, the line stretches for blocks. Hundreds of cars wait outside St. Mary's Food Bank, engines idling under the desert sun. A scene that's become painfully common amid the historic U.S. government shutdown.
Trump, why are you starving the kids? I'm hungry, and we have to get boxes from the food bank.
Sincere's grandmother, Toni Miller, works hard, but says the shutdown has left her family desperate.
Trump is a joke. He's a joke. I work hard, but those little stamps that we get, it helps out. And he's starving the American people. I know he ain't lost a lot of supporters. He's a joke. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's illegal what he's doing. It's embarrassing.
The shutdown, now more than 40 days long, has frozen SNAP benefits for thousands of families in Arizona and beyond. St. Mary's Food Bank reports a 10 to 15% surge in demand, up to 1,400 cars a day, surpassing even the darkest days of the COVID-19 pandemic.
We're normally wrapped up around 1:45, and lately we've been going till 2:15, 2:30. So they're out the door, out the gate here lined up as the gate closes. So the need is there. These folks are waiting in line, typically like 45 minutes to get their food. So it's obviously a long time for them to get there, but this is just kind of nonstop at this point from the morning till the afternoon, based on the really increased in need and the demand that's out there. If you're familiar with NASCAR racing, it's like a pit stop. So folks come in, we load them up, and they move out.
Each family waits up to 45 minutes, sometimes longer, just for a few boxes of food. And for many like Lincoln Egan, this has become a fight for survival.
We're on the EBT program. Government is shut down. In reading about it, it seems that our Republicans in our wonderful government have decided that poor people can either pay thousands of dollars extra for health insurance or be able to eat. So it's either don't ever get sick or starve to death as far as the Republicans are concerned. So here we are. A lot of people that are on SNAP, they don't have any money. You know, we're already struggling to keep our bills paid, keep roofs over our heads. You know, rent prices have become astronomical.
As Washington debates and delays, ordinary Americans wait in line, not for politics, but for food. The Senate's temporary deal may restore funding for now, but for families across the country, the damage is already done.
President, after 40 long days, I'm hopeful that we can finally bring this shutdown to an end. And I don't need to go over all the reasons why it's imperative that we get the government open as soon as possible. From the truly precarious situation we are in with regard to air travel to the fact that our staffs have been working without pay for a full 40 days now, all of us, Republicans and Democrats, who support this bill know that the time to act is now. And so in just a few minutes, I will call up the vehicle for a clean continuing resolution packaged with 3 bipartisan year-long appropriations bills: agricultural appropriations, military construction, VA appropriations, and legislative branch appropriations. These bills will fund SNAP for the entire fiscal year. They will fund WIC for the entire fiscal year. And they will fund our veterans for the entire fiscal year. After 40 days of uncertainty, I'm profoundly glad to be able to announce that nutrition programs, our veterans, and other critical priorities will have their full-year funding. And my goal is to quickly move to other full-year appropriations bills. As I've said many times, I firmly believe that the way to fund the government is by passing appropriations bills through regular order, a process that gives senators from both parties the fullest chance to make their voices heard. Mr. President, I also want to mention health care. There's been a lot of talk over the last several weeks on both sides of the aisle about the health care crisis in this country. And I'm thankful to be able to say that we have senators, both Democrat and Republican, who are eager to get to work to address that crisis in a bipartisan way. These senators are not interested in political games. They're interested in finding real ways to address health care costs for American families. We also have a president who is willing to sit down and get to work on this issue. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what solutions might be brought forward. Regardless, as I have said for weeks to my Democrat friends, I will schedule a vote on their proposal, and I've committed to having that vote no later than the second week in December. Mr. President, again, I am optimistic that after almost 6 weeks of this shutdown, we'll finally be able to end it. I will call up that bill in a matter of minutes, and I look forward to passing the clean continuing resolution and appropriations bill package in the very near future. Now, Mr. President, I move to proceed to the motion to reconsider the cloture vote on October 16th on the motion to proceed to H.R. 5371.
On this vote, the yeas are 60 and the nays are 40. 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn, having voted in the affirmative, the motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
So here's where we are by way of schedule, just so you know, you're following. And if you're not at home, you're waking up to this good news this morning. The Senate's vote late last night of 60 to 40 opens the door now. The Senate is moving forward on an amended House CR, a continuing resolution, that will reopen the government until January 30th. Added to that are provisions to fully fund SNAP provisions through the end of the next fiscal year, which is September 2026, guaranteed back pay for all federal workers who have been made to endure these hardships over the last several weeks. And it also includes passage of 3 appropriations bills, which we're grateful to be moving through the process. That is the Military Construction Veterans Affairs bill, it's the Agriculture bill, and the Legislative Branch bill. The Senate will be back in session this morning to finish their job, and we're certainly praying that they do. They'll need unanimous consent from all senators to fast-track their final vote. As you know, there are some procedural hurdles that one or more could throw in the way, but we certainly hope that they won't do that because so many people across this country are desperate for the government to reopen. At the very moment that they do that final vote, I will call all House members to return to Washington as quickly as possible. We'll give a 36-hour formal and official notice so that we can vote as soon as possible to pass the amended CR bill and get it to the President's desk. As you all know, and he said as recently as last night, I was with him, and he told the press, he said, we want to get the government open. He's very anxious to get the government reopened and to end the Schumer shutdown. We all are.